What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Make sure to visit podcastformarketers.com. Smash that like button if you like the video and fucking subscribe to this channel because I'm coming out with videos every day. Now let's get down to business. Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the roadmap to success, right? This is Real Talk Tuesday. So this is Real Talk. On these days, man, I kind of try to do some head shit. I like getting in your guys' heads because, well, the mindset is really important to me, man. So, obviously, I like writing in these little corners to kind of keep a little tally going on here. All right, so I want to give you the roadmap to success, right? So that's a big right off the back. There is no fucking roadmap to, the cha-ching, right? So if you, want to draw out, how they got those little rat mazes, and they got little blocks, and you're supposed to follow it. And if you kind of fuck up, then you got to turn back around and do this or whatever. That's kind of like real shit, right? So you guys know how I feel about YouTube University. Number one is, there is no magic button, and watching fucking videos on YouTube is not going to get it for you. That's number one, right? So, if you're thinking that, some guy wrote to me, there's a lot of information on YouTube, and free information at that. Yeah, well, if all you're doing is consuming free YouTube videos, your income is going to reflect exactly what you paid for, right? So, yeah, maybe you're able to make, $30 or $40, or maybe you're actually able to scrape up $1,000 a month or something like that, right? But in order to scale up, there actually has to be some type of research. So the first thing that you need to know in order to get to Chi-Ching, to get to that point right there, real money, whatever, there's hard work. I just posted this up in my group, don't think that, millionaires are millionaires or billionaires because, oh, well, they had a family, that gave them money, or they were just lucky, there is a certain amount of luck to certain things, like 1%, right? But most of the time it's having to do the work, right? So I'll tell you this as well. Who you learn from is really important, right? So I resonate with a lot of people, but there's some people that have an awesome message, but I can't listen to him for very long. Like people with me. Some people can't listen to me very long, right? Oh, he curses too much, or whatever the fuck, whatever. you don't fucking like me, whatever, but then you need to go find somebody that you resonate, right? So the first thing is, who are you going to learn from, right? So who is this person for you? It's really important that you find somebody that resonates with you, that my wife always says, oh, this person was easy to listen to, right? And I like that because she says, I can listen to that person. And so she always reminds me, I'm a part of this business too. Just because you're behind the microphone doesn't mean I'm not doing any fucking work. She's right. So if she needs to learn some things, she'll speak up about that and say, this person was easy to listen to, which is cool. Like one of the persons she said that about, I wasn't really digging because he kind of rambled on a little bit. But for her, well, fuck, if it works for you, then listen to it, right? Because that's how this shit works. If you're going to learn from somebody, you need to pick the right person. So that's the number one thing you need to do for your roadmap to success, right? The next thing is, if you're going to take a trip, right? And I've absolutely never done this ever in my life, right? If you're going to take a trip from, let's just say from Cali to New York, right? You actually look at the map, right? I don't know anybody that doesn't look at the map, right? You have to look at your map and you have to plan it. Even if let's just say the road was just straight, right? The road to New York, right, was this straight. It was just one highway. Would you still look at the map? Fucking ain't right you would. Why? Because you need to eat, right? So here you're going to eat at Joe's, right? And then here you might say, well, I want to stop for food here in Louisiana, right? And here, this is my Aunt Gemma, right? I want to stop here and visit her. And here, we probably need to piss, right? Here, we need to get more fuel, right? Like, you're going to map this out. You're going to be like, oh, shit, there's fireworks in Albuquerque. I want to stop there and get some fireworks. And, oh, here I can get cheap gas, right? You're going to map the whole thing out. That's number one, is you need to plan your roadmap out. I see a lot of people just kind of just jumping into anything, right? Here, I just want to try this, right? Now, I'm going to call out one of my students, right? He called me today, a coaching student, right? He called me today, and he had an e-commerce product. I'm not going to call out his product, right? It's actually pretty funny. But it's like this particular e-commerce product, that's just I don't know. I can't think of any word better than distraction. Right? It's just one product, right, that has no end, because the product is definitely a novelty, and it's going to wear off sooner or later. It has something to do with Donald Trump, right? So it's going to wear off sooner or later. Already people are getting Donald Trump. Even his own people are getting tired of him, right? So after a while, the whole Donald Trump thing is going to wear off, and then your business plan is going to fizzle out, right? So that's why you need to have a roadmap. And whatever you do needs to be evergreen, so you can keep doing. Evergreen means scale, right? You can scale up, right? So you can't really scale up on that particular product. It's not going to happen. You can for a moment, but it's not going to last for a lifetime. So my whole point of this is you need to map out your success. And you have to do the work, man, right? So every move that you make, right? Every move you make, so let's just say, for instance, you decide, again, we're going to go back with the Cali to New York. So let's just say you're going to plan to stop in different places. Now, we know that this road isn't straight, right? But like I said, you're going to take a piss here, right? You're going to eat here. You're going to visit your auntie here. You're going to see your grandpa here. Right, and then you're gonna see the monument here, right? And you're gonna start making this, journey. And you can say, okay, so far when you first start, I like this map. I want to go to New York, right? But what happens in the middle if you don't have to piss here, and you have to piss down here? So you're gonna have to make changes, but you're definitely gonna have to make the plan, and then that plan is gonna morph into something else. And here's a surprise, right? Your total plan could be like, fuck New York, I'm going to Florida now. Right? And you stop here in New York. And I've had this happen to me. And you stop here in New York. I legit had this happen to me, right? I was driving from the United States of America to Belize. I thought Belize was it for me, man. And you guys heard the story before when I told you about how I was in the top of a mountain in Mexico, and I fell off the cliff, and the Mexican army had to, if you didn't hear the story, it's a great story. Yeah, it's in one of my videos, right? So, but when I got to Belize, I saw it was a shithole. I didn't like it. They didn't have fast internet. Orange juice was like $13. People were getting robbed. The houses all sucked. It was hot. I couldn't even find a cool air conditioner. Belize totally sucked for me, right? So I left, right? And I legit, like, when you get to Belize, right, you're going to Central America, right? So it's like this, right? And I legit left and drove 4 hours to Cancun. And I lived in Cancun for 2 years. So my whole shit changed, right? I didn't like Belize. But along the way, I fell off a cliff. I didn't plan for that. Right? I didn't plan for that. That just happened. And me falling off of that cliff changed the whole dynamic. I had somebody riding with me, and that totally scared the shit out of her. And she flew back to where she came from. That just totally fucked my whole dynamics up, right? But it didn't stop me from becoming a successful, nomad, laptop, digital marketer dude, right? Which was my whole plan. I wanted to be able to travel and work online and, do exactly what I'm doing right now, right? My whole roadmap to success, it's malleable, right? And you're going to have to do the hard work. You're going to have to fall off cliffs in Mexico, right? You're going to have to go to Belize and buy a $13 fucking orange juice, right? And then you're going to have to end up doing something totally different. So the way this works, man, is you learn, and I'm going to show you, man. I see a lot of people doing this, man, and it does hurt my heart. And I've done the same thing. I've done it, man. You know, you need to learn. You know, you watch videos, you read a book, and then you do the shit. You've seen me say this over and over again, right? Then you learn, and you do the shit. Right? And it's just over and over and over again. That's all you do. You learn and you do the shit, and then you start over again. And you learn and you do the shit. You learn and you do the shit, and you come right back here and do it again, right? The one thing that's not going to happen is you're not going to get on YouTube and you're not going to go read a book, and that's going to be the end all, and you're going to go from Mexico to Belize, and that's just the end of it. You're always going to end up in Cancun. You're always going to fall off of somebody's cliff, and you're always going to be buying $13 orange juice. Coffee break.